Hello, my name is Nate Sheppard, if we have not yet met, and I am a multimedia creative based in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, and I am also the founder and host of this event, ArtFest Online. ArtFest Online, if you don't already know, is a new kind of arts festival that seeks to get you off the couch and into creativity. That's our tagline, and so with that, we were trying a lot of different things, some new ideas, some experiments to see if we can intentionally design an arts festival with more than just a two-dimensional aspect to it. So we don't need to sit in front of our computer more. I'm being distracted by the comments about my hair here. Yes, I won't let my wife cut it because I'm curious. I'm curious to see how long it'll grow. We wanted to make this festival more than just two dimensions, more than just sitting in front of your computer. And so we do have plenty of things happening on our computers. This showcase is kind of no exception to that. But many of the things that we're going to be showing, that I'm going to be showcasing tonight, were an opportunity for people to actually get their hands dirty in a new art form, to create something from scratch this week, and to celebrate culture, creativity, and community in more than just two dimensions. And so I'm very excited to show you some of the things that I've got to share with you tonight. And so with that, welcome to the final showcase for ArtFest Online, at least 2020. We'll see if we decide to do this again next year, but it's been good overall. A lot of work for me personally, but I think there's been a lot of benefit and rewards as a result of it. And so we have a bunch of things to showcase this evening that I'm excited about. We have art from individuals, from families, and from a couple groups of people who came together as a community to create something together. We also have a lot of art forms, from painting to drawing and songwriting and poetry and digital art and even some textiles. We have people who have participated from all over the world, people who've submitted stuff from India and Italy and Ireland and Spain, and I think those are all that I can think of. But and then we have plenty of submissions from nice exotic Wisconsin and a few from Minnesota as well, one or two from Missouri, Washington. I can't remember if there are any others, but yeah, we've got a lot of different people participating, which has been really cool. And so this evening is going to be a little bit of everything that's been happening this past week. In a few moments, I will announce a few of our community projects that we created this week. And then I do have a few people I want to say thank you to, and I'll make a couple of short announcements. And then finally, what most of you are probably tuning in for is the announcement of the winners of our two contests. So we've got quite a show lined up for you, and so why don't we just jump into it? I'm going to start with the workshops. So we had a number of different workshops this past weekend. So at the start of the festival, we had 4 unique workshops that were taught by some gifted and skilled teachers. First, we had an environmental art workshop taught by Kristen Thielking and Lisa Beth Robinson, where they demonstrated how to use natural elements to create unique art projects. And actually, I'm going to show you on screen here just a few of the things that are on the gallery right now that you can see. This is an example of what environmental art is. So it's taking natural elements and creating some type of a sculpture, some type of an arrangement with them. And so you can see a submission from Illinois, from Gavin Kramer. And we've got a ton of different styles and approaches. I love this little wreath in the water from Melinda Childs. Andrea Sheppard, that's my wife, she submitted a number of interesting little things. And I like these ones. These are the ones from Ireland. So as you can see, there's a lot of different things that that are going on here. I'm seeing a comment real quick. Okay, somebody is struggling to figure out the live stream. Hopefully you'll be able to figure that out. I don't think I'm having any issues as far as the streaming is concerned. So we're good to go there. So yeah, there's tons of really interesting stuff in the environmental art gallery on the website. So I would encourage you to go and check that out. And then let's see what else we have. We also had a board game design class. Let me show you a little bit about that, taught by Andrew Voigt, where he basically taught how to put together a board game. What is sort of the high level principles that go into board game design. We also had a creative writing class. or workshop rather. And this was actually one of my favorites. This is one that I attended. It was taught by Zeke Jarvis, and we worked together to write a short adventure story called Philip and the Big Blue Snake. It was a wacky, fun little project that allows you as the reader to have input and shape the story. Let me just read a little bit to you right here so you can get a sense for this. And this will be available on the website after this live stream for you to read for yourself. So Philip and the Big Blue Snake. It wasn't the first time Philip had ventured into the woods alone, and so it seemed odd to him that this time he felt uneasy. Several times a day, his sister Gretchen would send him out with his leaky wooden bucket to fetch water from a well that was only a few hundred yards into the forest. And several times a day he would return, running with the bucket sloshing against his legs to get to the house before all the water ran out. He'd been rudely awakened just before dawn by the scowling face of Gretchen towering over his bed. Begrudgingly, he stumbled out of bed, pulled on his boots and an overcoat, and lumbered out the door with a bucket in his hand. The sun had not yet risen, and so it took an extra amount of effort for him to make his way through the dimly lit dawn. He wasn't really fully awake until he reached the edge of the woods, and a subtle, eerie feeling started to creep in on him. More alert now, he took a few cautious steps on the pathway leading into the forest and toward the well. He couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching him. Looking nervously around him, nothing seemed amiss and all was quiet. Shapes and shadows in the woods seemed to dart about in his imagination as he subconsciously began to pick up his pace until he was all but running for the well. When he rounded the final bend, he was met with the most unusual sight. There, where the well should have been, was an enormous blue snake with a gaping jaw wider than the door of his house. He froze in place, unable to move, as he watched the hypnotic swaying of the giant reptile. And then you have two options. Philip can run toward the snake with his bucket swinging to try and scare it away, or run away as fast as he can back to the safety of his home. And depending on what you choose, it will influence the story differently. And so I encourage you to check that out. Again, that is not quite available yet, but by the end of this live stream, all of the stuff that we're talking about will be on the website, so you should be able to find it there. And then finally, we had another workshop, a flash comedy theater workshop taught by Ryan Wynn. And the goal was to collaboratively write and perform an original script based around the concept of a Zoom call gone wrong. There were a lot of laughs in putting this one together, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you the world premiere of the ArtFest Online Flash Comedy Theater Troupe's performance of their original play, George's Birthday, A Zoom Story. So please enjoy.
Okay, you should be set. Any minute now, everyone will be here, and I will throw the best party that George has ever had, even if we are in a pandemic.
James? James, where are you?
Hello! Who is this?
Oh, it's me, Peruni. Oh, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, and I can see your eyeball.
Well, it's my first Zoom meeting. Oh, they said I couldn't do it, but take that, Internet. I'm doing it.
I am so excited to see you all. The funniest thing just happened to me, honestly. I cannot wait to tell you. I was on the way to the store when all of a sudden I see this great big huge alligator.
Hello?
I can hear
Evelyn?
two people. Oh my goodness, my internet on the phone. Oh, this is amazing. I still can't see you though. Oh,
Evelyn!
maybe I need my readers.
Evelyn, help? Evelyn?
Oh, what's up, everybody? Let's make this quick. I have a TikTok to make.
Buster! Is that you?
No, it's me, Peruni. Where are you? I can't see you either, Buster. Oh, where are you?
Oh my God. Can you believe that even happened to me?
Believe what? Oh my goodness, my internet must be breaking. I couldn't hear you. Evie, what's happening?
Well, and then the police got there, and I said they.
Oh my goodness,
3 seconds before I.
Oh, but can you see me? I mean, well, I can't see. Police?
You guys keep it down. I'm trying to play my iPad.
Okay. Let's just pretend this is going really well.
Now that I heard, I'm on top of that. I can hear everybody, but I can't see anybody. Honestly, where are you?
Everyone. So I kind of upset George. All right, it was all my fault, and
Everybody upsets George, James. Everybody. Oh, he's, one of those.
Who's George? Is he one of my cousins? Look, I don't have time for this.
Well, George was one of the tag-along. Well, he was kind of a tag-along. Oh, but he is one of our cousins, right, Evie? Oh.
So once the ambulance got there, everything turned out to be great. It turned out it was only minor damage, so
I'm just trying to get us to sing happy birthday to George.
Evelyn, my God! Police? Ambulance? Minor damage?
It's all over Twitter.
Tweeter?
So it turns out that there was a crocodile that escaped from a fruit truck, and it ran across Area 51. Wow, this topped 50 million views?
Twitter. I've heard of that. Sweater. Police and ambulance. Evelyn, are you off your meds?
can I just call you on my landline and tell you this?
Well, it would be easier if I could see your face and know that you're okay. I mean, all I see is this circle with tap to speak.
Wow. Actually, this is a pretty normal Tuesday for Evelyn. It turns out the police have a tracking device on her.
Evelyn? Were you driving? Oh, you're not supposed to be driving.
Oh, I can't drive, but the crocodile can. Really? I thought this was America.
You should not be driving with the meds you're on. You know that. Now we have a police, an ambulance, and a crocodile. I'm so confused.
Listen, George is mad at me, and I just want you all to sing to him to make it up. I mean, well, what else can we all do from home?
Honestly, Pruny, get your head in the game. Anything can happen nowadays. After all, this is America.
What?
I don't know. We were having this phone call. Wait, Zoom call. Oh, we're so modern these days.
It's okay, everybody. Everything will be okay. The crocodile didn't eat all the fruit yet.
Fruit? Fruit? Crocodile, police, ambulance, fruit, crocodile. Are you sure it wasn't an iguana? I mean, what did they eat? Evelyn? Are you in one piece?
So then we all just burst into song.
Oh, song, like you're saying happy birthday for George now?
Wait, he's not here yet.
Oh,
So
George,
this
dear,
is-
I'm so sorry, sweetie. I cannot see you. I cannot see a soul. But should I push the tab to speak to sing the song?
Okay. Happy birthday, da da da. Wait.
No, no, he's not here yet. You see, we have to call him when you all are ready, and then we can sing.
Just get it on here, people. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Not here. He isn't.
That is what I keep saying. He's not
You're
on the call.
welcome, everybody. I saved the day. Real hero. My work here is done. Peace.
Wait!
Well, I just think that went pretty well, don't you? These modern meetings are just so exciting. I'm doing it, George, dear. I can't see you, but have a lovely, lovely day for your birthday. Evie, call me. I need details. Bye, everybody.
No, not yet.
So can I just say that sometimes I miss punch cards. Really, I do. I miss punch cards.
What? Oh, is it just me? These things, they never work.
Hey, James. I'm here. What's the big surprise?
Uh, oh.
Once again, if you were just tuning in the middle of that, you might have been a little bit confused, but that was the world premiere of the Art Fest Online Flash Comedy Theater Troupe's performance of their original play, George's Birthday, A Zoom Story. It was something that the those who took the Flash Theater workshop last weekend wrote and performed that, and I myself made a little bit of a cameo at the end there. And so hopefully you enjoyed that. That will also be available on the website and on the YouTube channel here to watch independently if you would like to rewatch that or share it with some friends. Hopefully that was as enjoyable for you as it was obviously for those involved in making it. So another communal art project that we had during this festival is something called Grow Together. And this was actually designed by Diane Enns. So shout out to Diane. I believe she's watching right now. And the goal with this was to have each participant use the same template to then create a custom work of art centering on the theme of community. And then each of these works of art were put together into this larger work of art that you can actually see right now. But you can also, this will also be available to view on the website. You'll be able to zoom in a little bit more. And with all of these, there will also be the names of those involved. There are a lot of people involved in all of these, and I don't have time to announce every name for each of these projects, but you can see all of their names on the website for whoever was involved. And so we had 15 participants in this one. And as you can see, it makes a very cool little collage of images. And so thank you to Diane for curating that. And then we also had an online escape room designed by Samuel Phelan, and Samuel's actually just finishing up high school and is just very brilliant with this type of stuff. When I first came to Samuel with the idea of designing some kind of escape room for this festival, he immediately jumped on the idea and created something far better than what I had in mind. It really plays to the strength of the internet medium by putting you in the shoes of a crime detective tasked with solving the crime of an art theft. It's a very clever and inventive game that requires you to work with other people to solve the crime. And so if you didn't get a chance to play this, you definitely missed out. And so even though the festival is technically over today, Samuel has agreed to leave the game up and running for anyone to play if you just want to send an email to game@artfestonline.com to schedule a spot with him. And I will put all that information on the website as well. So fortunately, if you did miss it, you will have the chance to still play that. Like I said, it is a lot of fun, and a good number of people have already played it and had a lot of fun with it. So thank you to Samuel for that. So I do want to take a moment here just to thank a number of people that were involved in making this festival possible. I want to say thank you to the workshop teachers, Kristen Thielking and Lisa Beth Robinson, Andrew Voigt, Zeke Jarvis, and Ryan Wynn. Thank you as well to the musicians who played shows throughout the week, Emily Balter, Jared Kay, Andrea Sheppard, Jordan Sellergren, and Brett Winters. And all of their performances are available to watch on the website. I would highly recommend that you check out some of the music that we've had this week. I also want to thank Samuel Phelan for designing that escape room and Diane Enns for designing the Grow Together communal art project. Thank you to the sponsors of this event, I suppose I should say. I suppose I should thank myself because I am one of the sponsors, so Nate Sheppard Media. But this is also in collaboration with Nicolay College, Art Start Inc., and WXPR, all three of those, all four of us actually, based out of Rhinelander. And then finally, a very special thanks to Melinda Childs, to Lisa Sage, to Andrea Sheppard, and to others who provided feedback, input, and support and encouragement before and during this festival. I definitely could not have done it without all of you. And so, and I also want to thank the judges for the contests who I will be introducing shortly. But before we get to the contest winners, I just want to make a couple of quick announcements. First of all, if you participated in this festival in any way, whether it's just this showcase here or if you were participating in some of the other events, we would love to have some feedback from you to see if there are ways that we can improve this kind of experience for the future. While this was definitely something that we wanted to do right now, it's also a bit of a proof of concept and a sort of exploratory experiment, if you will, to see what are some ways that we can meaningfully engage with communities and stimulate the arts and do all of those things, but in a way that leverages digital medium, and obviously in our current season it becomes somewhat of a necessity. So we would love to hear back from you if there are ways that you feel like we could improve, or if there are things that you really appreciated about this. So there is a link in the description of this video for a short anonymous feedback survey. And so if you would just take a few minutes to fill that out whenever you get a chance, I will also put a link to it on the website. If you wouldn't mind doing that, that will help us out a lot. Second, if you are still looking for more opportunities to showcase your art, there's actually another event that I host every month through ArtStart Inc.'s Facebook page called In Progress. And it's essentially just an open mic of sorts for people to showcase artistic projects that they're working on. That's why it's called In Progress. And we typically do it on the last Wednesday of every month. And it turns out that this coming Wednesday is the last Wednesday of this month. And so we will be hosting, I will be hosting the In Progress event through ArtStart's Facebook page on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. And so if you are interested in participating, you can head on over to ArtStart Rhinelander's Facebook page and click like. There aren't any posts about it yet, but we should be posting about some information in the next couple days here. So if you're interested in that, the information will be on ArtStart Rhinelander's Facebook page. And then my final announcement is that this event has largely been a labor of love by myself as a way to support the arts during this challenging season. And so if you would like to support me, please consider checking out my website. I'll put it up on the screen here on just natesheppard.com. It's very clever. But yeah, if you would consider checking it out and connecting with me through my social media channels, I'm always working on new projects, and I love having people to share them with. And in fact, I'm currently working on a feature-length documentary that I hope to release sometime this coming fall. And so if you want to be in the loop on that or any of the other projects that I get up to, then you can find out more information at natesheppard.com. All right, that's enough jabber from me. Let us switch over to the showcase here again. And I just want to talk really briefly about the open gallery. So the open gallery is something that actually was one of the first things that came out on the website a couple of weeks ago before the festival started. And there was an open call to artists of any kind, any type, any age, any skill level to submit. Just submit whatever art you want to. And there were quite a few people who stepped up and who did submit and made quite an enjoyable gallery, some of which you can see right here. This is one of my favorite pieces from a couple of people in Spain. It's a cotton kimono jacket. This is a Lego sculpture by my brother Daniel that sort of mimics Toronto. We've got some digital art, there's some photography, some drawing and painting, some music videos and things like that. And so I really, really appreciate people who are willing to stick themselves out there. It takes a lot of guts to do that. And so I have a bit of a surprise. I don't know if anyone who submitted to these galleries is actually watching right now. Hopefully someone is, because as a way of saying thank you to all of those who went out on a limb and submitted something to this open gallery, I am going to do a random drawing for $50 for one of these people. And so if you submitted something to this, then your name is on this list. And like I said, yeah, I'm trying to catch up to my script here. So yes, so as a way of saying thank you to these artists who stuck themselves out there, I'm going to use a random name picker. It's this very lovely website right here. And it looks like it already has loaded in the names for me, so that's nice. And basically, I'm just going to click this pick a random item. It's going to choose one of the people from this list of people who submitted to the open gallery, and whoever it picks, then I will send you $50. So let us, drum roll, please, if you're watching. Somebody type drum roll in the comments here. Let us see who it is. Alicia Yonk. Alicia, if you are watching, you can comment and say that you won excitedly. If not, then I will be sending you an email to let you know that $50 is coming your way. And thank you to all of the participants in the open gallery. I really appreciate it. Go and check out their work. Click on the Instagram or website links if they have them next to their name, and check out more of the art that they have up there. And so, all right, now let us move on to our next contest, the Lego contest. The task for this contest was for participants to create an original story using at least one Lego character. And then the stories needed to incorporate the following 3 elements that we gave at the beginning of the contest when it officially opened last weekend. So first, there was a character that they had to include, and that character was a superhero. The second was a prop, which had to be a blue, yellow, or red flower. And then the third was a line of dialogue. And the line of dialogue was, "I don't think before I act. It's part of my charm." We ended up with 7 submissions, although one of them was actually mine and my 4-year-old son Finley's that we worked together just because we wanted to. And so that one is not actually considered for this prize. And so out of the 6 remaining ones, the judges for this contest had the task of choosing one submission to win the grand prize of a $100 Lego gift card. And so before we announce the winner of the $100 Lego gift card, here are the judges who were making that decision. First, we have Jeff Eaton, who is an arts and entertainment journalist based in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. He also creates multimedia presentations through his YouTube channel, Random Button Pusher Productions. You should go and check that out. We also had Bridger Flory, who is a film student at UW Milwaukee, and he actually originally hails from Rhinelander as well. And then the third is my wife, Andrea, who is a musician and music instructor also in Rhinelander here. So while we could only have one grand prize winner, we had a couple of runner-ups as well as an honorable mention. The honorable mention goes to the film The Best Lego Movie Ever by Mason and Aiden Wynn from Wisconsin. And so I'm not going to show that one, but all of these videos are available to watch on the website if you would like to see them for yourselves. Our 2 runners-up are Pirate Rumble by O&E and The Secret Clubhouse by Piper Steinbrink, both also from Wisconsin. So I'm going to show you Pirate Rumble here. It's very short, and as a runner-up, I feel like we can play this real quick, and hopefully you will enjoy.
I don't think before I act. It's part of my charm.
All right, so that was Pirate Rumble by O&E. That is a runner-up to the grand prize. And the other runner-up is actually this Secret Clubhouse right here. It's actually 8 minutes long, and so we won't actually watch it tonight, but I would encourage you to go over and watch it on the website because this one, it was one of my favorites by Piper Steinbrink. It was chosen because it's got a pretty involved storyline. It was a ton of fun to just watch the story develop. It's got a clever method of moving characters around without getting their hands in the shot. And there's just overall detail and entertainment value for that. And so I'd strongly encourage you to head over to the website to see all of the submissions. There's just a number of them that I think will make you laugh and are quite enjoyable. And finally, our grand prize winner of the $100 Lego gift card goes to the following film.
Aw, spring, so beautiful.
Hey, you're that hero dude, right?
Yep, I'm fire, dude.
Cool.
Hot.
You've done a lot of damage.
I don't think before I act. That's part of my charm.
Tell me about it. Okay.
So that is Fire Dude by Owen, Liam, and Stephen Jones from Minnesota. That still, I've seen that probably 5-6 times, and every time I laugh at the end. So congratulations to the Jones family. I will be in touch with you to get you your Lego gift card. And thank you to everyone who submitted. I've said it multiple times. I'll say it again and again because I believe in supporting people who put themselves out there, who put a lot of effort and work into creating art. And so there are some other great Lego films to watch on the website. Please go and check them out and watch all of them. And a special thanks to Jeff, Bridger, and Andrea for judging this contest. And finally, our individual artist contest. This is kind of the big moment that maybe some of you have been waiting for. This contest was judged by the following judges. I'll explain what the contest is actually first. Basically, the rules for this contest were that you had to create an original work of art during this festival that incorporated the 3 logo colors of the ArtFest Online logo, which are red, blue, and yellow, and also included the theme of bloom or blooming. And so we had 3 judges who are all professional artists in some capacity. We had Debbie Giersick, who is a multidisciplinary teaching artist whose recent work focuses on hand paper making and natural dyeing with a focus on indigo from seed to dye. We have Nate Wilson, who is an instructor of fine art at Nicolet College. Most of his art is painting and drawing with a focus on representational figurative work. In other words, he paints and draws people. And then we have Rachel Horner-Bonkungu, who is a Twin Cities-based dance artist interested in the juxtaposition of dance and film, art and faith, and creativity and education with her amazing dance students. So those were our judges for this contest. As I said, each entry had to include all 3 of those colors, red, blue, and yellow, as well as incorporate the theme of bloom. And while we had many great entries to this contest, all of which you can see for yourself on the website, by the way, we unfortunately can only give prizes to 3 of them. However, I am happy to showcase a couple of honorable mentions from our judges before we announce those winners. Yes, I like to drag things out, but again, I have you as a captive audience. I want to showcase some of these wonderful works of art with you. So let me pull this up. So the first honorable mention is from Vlad Gadajora, from Italy. And his photo was actually accompanied by a haiku that he wrote in Italian, which Debbie was so gracious in helping me translate. It reads, "Light color, drop of wonder, life is red." This was definitely one that stood out right away, as it obviously incorporates all of the elements, but is also just a very striking image. And actually, Vlad, though he is from Italy, spent a year here in Rhinelander as a foreign exchange student, and so I actually met him and got to know him personally, and invited him to participate in this festival, and I'm really glad that he did. Next, we have this original song by Savannah Gracelyn, who is also here in the Northwoods of Wisconsin, titled "I'm Here." You can go and listen to it on the website. We have "Camping Under Blooming Skies" by Megan Parsons. This was a favorite of a couple of our artists, and so we felt like it was worth mentioning this one as well. And then finally, another honorable mention is "Everybody Knows" by Scott Kirby, who's also from Rhinelander. So if you want to check out those honorable mentions, I encourage you, head over to the website, check out all of the entries. There were so many good ones, and it's a pity that we can't give you all money, but we just really appreciate the amount of work and creativity that each of you put into your contest submission. So, third place for $50, the first winner of the ArtFest Online Individual Artist Contest, and the winner is "Growth" by Michael Sheppard from St. Paul, Minnesota. Here is his submission. It's actually an animation. So once again, that was Growth by Michael Sheppard. Michael says this about his piece. He says, I was thinking of how growth often changes us through pain. It makes us into something we didn't anticipate, and even when we change, we still fade as time goes on. And then one of the judges had this to say about the piece. The brevity of this animation might just be a feature of how painstaking this type of work is by nature. However, its shortness is one of its strengths. It's a reminder of just how short so many things really are, life in particular. Now, I'm even more excited about this win because you may have noticed the similarities in the last name. Michael is, in fact, my brother. But I assure you, I had no part in the decision for him to create and submit this piece. And I also was not one of the judges. So he comes by this completely honestly. It's a wonderful piece. Congratulations to Michael. And you can check out his website following the link on the website, on ArtFest Online's website. So congratulations to Michael. Third place, $50. Next up, we have second place for $100. And our second place winner is Wonderland by Rowan Brunette. Wonderland. This is a 14-year-old artist from Amherst, Wisconsin. And this is what Rowan says about her work. I wanted to create my own world that expanded the walls of my bedroom. I used chalk markers and acrylic paint for details. I wanted to give a feeling of fantasy, imagination, growth, and blooming. And here's what the judges said about this piece. I love the scale and ambition of this project. The shapes, colors, and textures all contribute to a very magical and otherworldly painting. This work transports the viewer. Oh, I don't actually have it up. I apologize. Let's put it up. All right, now you can see it. So now you can see how wonderful it actually is. My apologies. So I love the scale and ambition of this project, says one judge. The shapes, colors, and textures all contribute to a very magical and otherworldly painting. This work transports the viewer somewhere else. The eyes are my favorite detail. And then another judge says, I love the placement of the piece. The artist is literally blooming where she is planted. Stuck at home leads to an explosion of life on her walls. The colors are there, and the wall feels alive with growth and life. It feels full like spring. So congratulations, Rowan. Wonderful piece of art. And you can check this out on the website to see it in more detail and for longer because I didn't have it up when I should have. And you can also find Rowan's Instagram link on our website as well. So congratulations, Rowan. And now for the grand prize winner who will be awarded $200. Drum roll, please. And you can actually see it this time. Overgrowth by Mariah Riggs from Missouri. So Overgrowth is by 17-year-old Mariah Riggs, and here's what she says about the piece. I had fun drawing this for the contest, even if I messed up a few before the final piece. I was mostly thinking about how the earth and plant life and such are now finally having a break from all of our carbon footprints. So I drew a girl sort of trapped in a gas mask with flowers growing from inside. Is she dead or dying? Maybe. I don't know. All I have to say is this was fun. And here's what the judges had to say about it. The color scheme is very on the nose and the execution is deliberate and precise. The subject is uneasy but pretty and comes at the theme of bloom just a bit sideways. Another judge says, I love the restriction of colors for the contest, but mostly the obvious irony and feelings of pain in the work. The juxtaposition of the mask with flowers and water is stunning and gut-wrenching all at once. Again, referencing the time in which the festival is happening, it makes one wonder if the woman is suffering, but the presence of nature hints that all is not as it seems, and something is growing and bringing beauty. It reflects that now in the unknowns. And we may seem to be suffering, and yet things are blooming and happening. So thank you to all of the submissions. Congratulations, Mariah. Again, you can check out more of her work by finding her Instagram link on our website. And congratulations to all of our winners. We will be in touch with each of you to make sure you get your prize money. And like I said, please head on over to the website. Make sure you check out all of the entries and get connected to the artist by using the links that we'll provide with each of their entries. And of course, a special thank you to Nate, Rachel, and Debbie for being the judges for that contest and for providing some of that feedback. It was very, very much appreciated. So that's all I have. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you to everyone who participated in this event. All of our galleries will be available for a while on our website. So if you haven't had a chance to check them out, please do so. Don't forget that you can still play the puzzle game if you set up an appointment with Samuel. Thanks again to our sponsors and to everyone who helped to make this festival a reality. Again, my name is Nate Sheppard, and you can learn more about me on my website, natesheppard.com. But don't let the art and creativity stop here. Keep finding ways to get off the couch and into creativity, and go to the website and find ways to be inspired by what other people have been doing. Thank you so much to everyone who participated. It's been a real treat and a real honor to be a part of this event. So that's all I've got. Once again, my name is Nate Sheppard, and get off the couch and into creativity. Have a good night.